Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Erin Sullivan.
And I'm Brian Mastry. Let's get right into our top 6 headlines at 6.
President Trump in Iowa today, touting his economic achievements and pushing for greater U.S. energy independence. We'll have a full breakdown of the president's speech today in just a few minutes.
Nebraska lawmakers debating a bill which once again allows schools to suspend or expel students second grade or below. The current law barring suspensions for young children was enacted in 2024. Supporters say suspensions are needed for discipline. Opponents say children that young are not old enough to understand the punishment and are better off in school.
Breaking tonight, a judge sentencing Trenton Titsworth Hunt to 50 years in prison for the shooting death of 64-year-old Mursal Jama in Omaha in August of 2024. Under Nebraska law, that likely means he'll serve about 25 years. Titsworth Hunt was 17 years old at the time of the crime. 5 other boys were arrested in the case. We have updates on their cases on our website.
Also breaking tonight, a federal judge issuing an order blocking the Trump administration from moving the 5-year-old detained by immigration authorities in Minnesota last week. The boy and his father are currently in Texas. The judge's order means the pair must stay there for now.
The Nebraska legislature considering a bill which would allow businesses to round to the nearest 5 cents for purchases paid with cash. It would follow the standard rounding rules. This comes as the federal government stopped producing pennies just a few months ago.
The measles outbreak in South Carolina is now the largest in the U.S. since the disease was declared eliminated. Today, the number of measles cases grew to 789. That's more than the Texas outbreak last year, which saw 762 cases.
Well, don't break out the shorts and t-shirts.